I don't feel sympathy or empathy for people who have been through trauma and as a result treat other people like shit and abuse the fuck out of them.
And the fact that this isn't common knowledge is just so scary because the pattern that I'm noticing more frequently is that people tend to call for more empathy for perpetrators of violence than they do for their victims. Genuinely, based off quite a few comments I keep seeing on TikTok, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills because I work with people that have experienced domestic violence, right? I feel I hear this rhetoric more from people that have never been in those situations. You're actually not holding the empathetic high ground when you spout more empathy for an abuser or blame their actions on trauma than you are for the victim. Like, that's actually the easier thing to do because just based historically on how our society treats victims of DV and SA and how they're typically failed at every step of seeking safety or justice. It's not the moral gotcha you think it is. And then abusers know this. They weaponize their trauma to seek empathetic responses out of their victims and the people around them. That's not even glossing over the fact that these comments are typically in response to people speaking on domestic violence, which I find incredibly inappropriate. And so often the comments are, well, they have so much trauma. They only abuse or harm, especially male perpetrators of violence. Oh, they only harm women because they have this trauma. They have this attachment style issue. They have this disorder, this personality disorder, and it stems from trauma. And I'm like, great. They're still SAing and abusing the women in their lives. Because yes, while their trauma was not their fault, it is, since they're an adult now, their responsibility to heal before getting in relationships with others if that trauma is going to cause them to harm another person. I guess until I stop seeing repeatedly that perpetrators of violence can hold the highest office in US government, I just kind of don't want to hear anymore about how we should feel more empathy towards those perpetrators, right? Because that's kind of how we got here.